Yeah, I'll quickly give a backstory. We are currently in front of the magistrate court in Shagamu. I remember back in January 20th, what stalled the case at the time was the prosecuting counsel said they wanted to relay the case to the Department of Public Prosecution through the Office of the Attorney General of the state, and they've done that. Today, court sat at exactly 9 o'clock. The case of Anthony Joshua's driver in person of Mobolaji Kayode was the first on the docket, and it was called up. As it was called up, the representatives from the prosecuting counsel introduced themselves, also representative of the defendant introduced themselves, and a representative from the Department of Public Prosecution also introduced themselves. All of a sudden, there was a short recess, and I saw that the orderly of the judge walked directly to me where I was seated and told me to please excuse from the court. And I was wondering what I've done. Am I doing something different, or have I done anything wrong? And I came out, but the information I was able to get before that time was the Department of Public Prosecution have submitted a legal advice to the legal office. However, the judge has not gotten it. So the judge, in a magnanimity, oh God, I'm speaking too much English, is trying to make sure that the DPP have enough time to gather their witness, gather their evidences, then come prepared for the next adjournments. But before that happened, all of a sudden, I noticed that the rest of the journalists in the courtroom were also asked to leave all of a sudden. So we're about 3 to 4 journalists that were identified within the courtroom and asked to leave. And we were outside here till the court finished. But for now, we spoke to the counsel of Mobolaji Kayode, and he mentioned that, well, he's satisfied with the current situation. At least there's progress, because now the DPP has decided to handle the case, and will be handling the case moving forward. He also noted that it seems there is state interest in this particular case. We don't know what is contained in the legal advice, that is the documents that was passed to the legal office. But of course, the case has been adjourned to March 17. When we come back then, we'll be able to know what exactly they advised the courts to do in the case of Mobolaji Kayode. But for now, he's on bail. He walked freely into the courts when he came in, and of course, he walked freely out. That's the update for now.
Okay, Nee, so do we have any idea of what could have been in the legal advice from the DPP, and also do we expect anything else to happen? So this adjournment or this small recess that was called, is that the totality of what is happening today?
Well, in most cases, the trend would be because the case of manslaughter seems to be the biggest one that carries the highest sentence and all the charges against Kayode. And in most cases, when the DPP is usually brought in, is to try to reduce, or in one way or the other, not involve or mete out the greatest of the punishment. But I wouldn't want to preempt the court, and I don't know what exactly and why the prosecuting counsel decided to do that. That in most cases, that is usually the trend. They involve the DPP because they don't probably want to instill the biggest punishments. But that is not to say that the legal advice of the DPP won't be the full sentence or the full penalty for that particular offense or that particular. So we don't have, we're not privy to what is in the legal advice for now. In fact, the judge is not privy to it for now at the same time, because she's waiting to receive a copy of that legal advice from the legal office, that is the registry. Then she can now go forward with the case. And of course, the DPP will now bring in their witnesses and evidence. So I don't see this case stopping anytime soon. We're still going to be having a whole lot of hearings back and forth till this case is done.
All right. Thank you so much, Nee. I know there will be further updates on this case, and News Central will follow them closely. Thank you. So now, coming up on Jasiri, we have a question. Are Africa's leaders getting too old for the challenges ahead? A former president says the continent needs leaders under 50, physically sharp, mentally ready. What does that mean for Nigeria's politics, its democracy, and its future? After the break, we speak with public affairs expert Professor Simeon Na to unpack whether age should matter in leadership and if youth equals better governance. Stay with us.